Have you ever given your time, energy, and loyalty to someone, only to feel like they took it all for granted? Maybe they stopped appreciating your presence, assuming you'd always be there, no matter how they treated you. You've tried everything, arguing, explaining, even begging for them to see your worth, but nothing changes. Now imagine this. One day, you decide to break the cycle. Not with words, not with a confrontation, but with a simple, powerful act. You disappear. No warning. No dramatic goodbye. Just silence. This isn't just about disappearing, it's a strategy. And here's the shocking truth. Your absence can hurt more than any argument ever will. When you ghost someone intentionally, you're not just taking yourself away from them, you're forcing them to confront the harsh reality that they lost you. And trust me, that silence can become deafening. In this video, we're going to break down why silence works better than confrontation, and how you can use this strategy to reclaim your power, respect, and emotional peace. 1. The power of silence, 0:38 to 2:36. Picture this. You vanish from someone's life without a trace. The person who took you for granted is left with nothing but empty space where you used to be. They can't reach you, can't hear from you, and the silence is deafening. This is where the power lies. Your absence becomes more valuable than your presence. And here's a psychological truth. People only realize the value of something when it's gone. This principle of scarcity explains why your silence works like magic. When you disappear, you create a void in their life. Humans are wired to notice what's scarce, and when you're no longer available, they start to miss you. But it's not just about them missing your presence. It's about them being forced to confront the reality of losing you. And that is the real punishment. When you disappear, you're not just taking yourself away, you're making them sit with their thoughts. They start questioning, where did they go? Did I do something wrong? This psychological shift is powerful. 2. Silence versus confrontation, 3:12 to 5:09. Think about it. What's the usual reaction when someone disrespects you? Most people argue, try to explain themselves, or defend their worth. But in doing so, you're handing over your emotional power. You're giving them control over how you feel. This is where the real magic of silence comes into play. When you go silent, you flip the script. Instead of chasing validation, you become the one who is chased. You communicate strength without saying a word. By not reacting, you're showing that you don't need their approval to feel whole. And when you stop explaining or defending yourself, you start to hold the cards. That's what silence does. It makes others come to you, instead of the other way around. 3. Why absence triggers regret, 7:06 to 9:38. Now, let's dive into why ghosting hits so hard emotionally. When you leave without a word, you trigger something deep inside the other person, the fear of loss. Humans are wired to want what they can't have. This is called the scarcity principle. When you withdraw your presence, they suddenly start to notice you in a way they never did before. They might replay every conversation, every little action, trying to figure out what went wrong. And that's when regret starts to creep in. The longer you stay silent, the stronger this feeling becomes. Guilt, curiosity, and longing all bubble up. They'll wonder, why did they leave? Was it something I did? Will they ever come back? Your absence forces them to confront their own mistakes, their own shortcomings. And the best part? You're not even there to witness it. You've left the stage, and they're stuck in the chaos of their own thoughts. 4. Stoic wisdom, emotional control, 10:57 to 12:13. The key to making ghosting work is emotional control. Without it, your silence can easily be broken by an impulse to respond or check in. The Stoics understood this principle well. They believed that true strength comes from mastering your emotions and not letting external events dictate how you feel. When you're disrespected, the natural reaction might be to lash out, defend yourself, or demand accountability. But here's the catch. Reacting means giving up control. By choosing silence, you are not just stepping away from the person, you are also stepping away from the chaos they bring. You're choosing peace over drama. This kind of emotional detachment, which the Stoics called ataraxia, is the foundation of true power. It's the ability to stay calm and unbothered, no matter what storms rage around you. By ghosting, you're not only protecting your peace, you're also proving to yourself that you don't need anyone else's approval to feel good about yourself. 5. The psychological effects of absence, 1520 to 1747. Ghosting isn't just about making a statement, it's about creating an emotional void. When someone feels your absence, it triggers feelings of guilt, curiosity, and even obsession. Let's break it down. Guilt. When you disappear, the other person starts replaying the last interactions, wondering if they did something wrong. Even if they don't admit it, a part of them feels guilty for how they treated you. Longing. The absence makes them miss the things they once took for granted. The little things like your laughter, your presence, your energy, suddenly they crave them. Obsession. As guilt and longing grow, they begin to obsess over you. The more they long for you, the more they realize they can't have you, and that only intensifies their desire. Your absence creates a whirlwind of emotions in their mind. And the best part? All of this happens while you remain completely silent. You've become a mystery, and mysteries are hard to forget. 6. What to do while you're gone, 2126 to 2315. But ghosting is only half of the equation. The real power lies in what you do with your absence. This is your time to level up. While they're stuck in confusion and regret, you're investing in yourself. Focus on your personal growth. Build your confidence, your peace of mind, and your strength. The Stoics believed that true power comes from within. So, use this time to master your emotions and grow into the best version of yourself. And don't break your silence to check on them. Every time you resist the urge to respond, you reinforce the boundary you've set. This is where the discipline comes in. Stay focused on your own growth and let your silence speak for itself. 7. The inevitable comeback, 25:44-28:15. Here's the thing about ghosting. It leaves a lasting impact. Eventually, the person who took you for granted will try to come back into your life. They might not come back immediately, but when they do, it will be because your absence has created a void in their mind. They'll want to fill that void, and that's when the real test happens. When they come back, don't fall for it. You're no longer the person they took for granted. Your silence has transformed you into someone they can no longer control. If they reach out, let your growth speak for itself. Don't fall into the trap of explaining yourself or reopening old wounds. Your silence continues to be your weapon. 8. Empowering yourself to stay ghosted, 28:15-32:40. The hardest part of ghosting isn't walking away, it's staying away. The temptation to check in or respond can be overwhelming, but remember, your silence is a declaration of control. Every time you resist the urge to engage, you reinforce your emotional strength. You're choosing peace over drama, growth over stagnation, and self-respect over validation. Instead of obsessing over their thoughts or feelings, pour your energy into your goals and passions. Surround yourself with supportive people who help you grow. And when the temptation to break the silence strikes, remind yourself of the progress you've made. Your silence is not just for them, it's for you. It's about reclaiming your peace, your power, and your future.